Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Senator Mateo Armenta, and today I urge Congress to vote yes on universal health care bill. I believe healthcare should be affordable and accessible to every American, not just based on their income or whether or not they have a job. Imagine needing a life-saving surgery and being told the only deciding factor is if you can afford it or not. Unfortunately, this is not a hypothetical. This is a situation that many Americans have to face every single day. So, I wanted to ask you, should anyone have to choose between paying their bills and protecting their health? I don't believe they should. Today, I will explain why our current healthcare system is failing millions of Americans, how it affects people's health, and why universal healthcare would create a healthier and stronger country and economy. Let's start by looking at one of our biggest problems in healthcare system. Honestly, it is way too expensive. And a lot of people either lose it because of circumstances that are outside of their control, and that may be due to the loss of their job or changing jobs or different types of public programs they're no longer eligible for. About 40% of uninsured adults lose their health care because they don't have a job or they change their job, and about 25.6% of adults lose it after they are no longer able to be in those programs such as Medicaid, CHIP, and other government-funded programs. So when people don't have health insurance, they often avoid going to the doctors. They wait until their condition becomes much more serious, and no one should delay their medical treatment just because they can't afford it. Now that we've seen how difficult it is for many Americans to access healthcare, let's look at what happens when people can't get the healthcare that they need. The consequences could be very severe, such as chronic illnesses like diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, and these require regular checkups and medications, early intervention treatments, and without access to any healthcare or any insurance, these conditions go untreated and end up becoming extremely, extremely worse. And then it may lead to an emergency situation that ends up having them go to the hospital, which costs 10 times more than if you went to a doctor's visit. So they get a lower quality of life, and these preventative measures still go left untreated. So these healthcare issues don't just affect individuals, they also affect families, your workplace, and our economy. Let's see. So that brings me to my final point. Universal healthcare could benefit everyone. When people know that they can afford to see a doctor, they are much more likely to seek early treatment. This helps people stay healthier, manage their chronic illnesses before it becomes an emergency situation. Also, universal healthcare reduces financial stress that can cause you to end up in the hospital. Because of how expensive these medical bills are, it can put a lot of strain on someone's heart and maybe having a pre-existing condition. And these things are extremely avoidable. I believe healthier people honestly can go to work and feel more productive. They don't have to call out sick. They won't have to take time off, and they'll actually be able to live comfortably. Missing fewer days of work would help contribute to the investment of the company that they work for, also investing in our whole economy as a whole. People won't want to take more breaks or days off. They won't feel like it's a dreadful time to come to work, and all these things. There'll be more morale coming into work because they feel like their company and their country cares about them. So as we've seen today, the current system leaves way too many Americans without the care that they need. Millions still struggle with the cost of healthcare. Untreated illnesses become more serious over time, and families experience unnecessary financial stress. Universal healthcare honestly offers a solution. It improves health outcomes, reduces financial burdens, and creates healthier and more productive society. For these reasons, I strongly urge Congress to vote yes on universal healthcare bill. Everyone deserves the opportunity to live healthy, stress-free stress-free life, and no amount of money in the world is worth putting before someone else's life.